a minute.
Living in Melbourne, enjoying life
Every time.
a mate hanging out. This is our average life. Doing a podcast. And
Yeah. What, like that?
Yep.
That's a shame.
No, I wasn't actually meant to do that. I just was meant to stop the and it's gone part, but I stopped all the sound.
Oh, and it's gone. Just like that, the intro is gone. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Average Blokes podcast, episode number 98? Question mark?
Who's that Pokemon?
It's Pikachu!
It's Clefairy!
Well, we're bringing out the gold today. We're bringing back
That's
the old
right.
classics.
Am I glad he...
Are you glad?
If only I'd mixed it together. Am I glad he brought up that?
And now we're out here, and I just remembered Troy's got the soundboard.
Man, I episode 100, it's just going to be me playing every single one of these soundboards. Wait, can't play that one.
No, YouTube be like, no.
No, but yes. Jackson, I'm tired. I'm very
I'm tired.
tired.
I'm
actually.
dad.
I had to get up early this morning, and I only got 4 hours sleep. Hi, Dad. I'm tired.
Good. I'm glad I got a slow reaction from that. Yes, well, anyway, yes, episode 98. Welcome back to a life-changing episode of the Average Blokes podcast.
Every episode of the Average Boys podcast is a life-changing episode for
Every
me.
episode you listen to us makes us more dumb for hearing it.
Every episode of my life gets a little bit worse until there's nothing left to give.
It's like that line from either Happy Gilmore or the Adam Sandler movie where it's like, everything you just said has made us dumber for us having to hear it. I can't remember.
Sorry,
the exact line.
all I can think of with Adam Sandler
It's not Happy
movies
Gilmore.
is
It's Billy
it's just him
Madison.
going, "What are you doing?"
It's Billy
I
Madison.
can't do
sorry.
the Adam Sandler voice.
You not good enough for your own home?
I can't do his voice. I haven't seen an Adam Sandler movie in ages.
The last one
Did he
I
even
watched was
do
either
movies?
last one I
Click?
watched was either Grown Ups or Click.
Or Click, yeah. I can't. Yeah, he's got a very unique voice actually. Now that I think about it, actually, like,
Yeah.
because he's got that loud, like, "Come on,
He does have a strong
just
voice.
do it."
Yes.
If
Funny
only
enough,
he did the "Just Do It" thing instead of Shia LaBeouf.
Troy, funny enough, he may have tried out for that role, but don't think he got it.
What, for Transformers or something?
No, for the just do it.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that was just like a thing. He was just doing a little thing to show a bunch of college kids something.
Yeah, correct.
But I'm pretty sure, like, "What are you doing?" I'm pretty sure Adam Sandler has said that in a movie or
Possibly.
something.
Possibly. Yeah.
But,
So I'll get into some highlights shortly, but I want to mention off
Sure.
as of recording and or live streaming of this episode, you can check out our live stream shows at Average Blokes YouTube channel. Go subscribe and hit like on the streams there. That'd be great. And also, I have created the Average Blokes podcast Instagram profile.
Oh,
account.
look at you. You're actually, it's about time you started producing.
I produced twice.
Oh, well, at least you're not overproducing.
So yeah, so all the links for the socials and stuff will be in the comment section. In the
Why do you have
comments,
to take everything literally?
because I like taking things literally.
Man, I'm done with your producing, Jackson. I've had enough. It's time to cut it short.
Troy, Troy, I don't want to tie these knots, but they've been tied. No boost, no more boost. The boost is gone.
Wait a minute.
Damn it, they took my...
Damn it, they took my boost.
No, wait.
Damn it, they took my...
I gotta time it right. Give me one more shot.
Damn it, they took my job.
And you failed.
No, that was the perfect timing. No, damn it, they took my job.
Okay.
Disappointed!
Troy's having a bit of nostalgia at the moment, so
Hey, look, the important thing is one of us can keep on producing.
yeah, well, that's true.
Wait, did you say nostalgia stuff?
Yes.
Well, speaking of nostalgia, you know how I was telling you about that movie, Fern Gully, and I
Yes.
said, and it said, it turns out it takes place in Australia, which I didn't know. This was a 1992 movie, Jackson.
Yes.
It's an
Okay.
animated movie.
Oh,
And
the
it's-
last rainforest.
Yeah, and it's a
Oh,
fantastic.
this is the. Oh.
Yeah, you know this movie?
Oh, I'm aware of the bat creature.
Yeah, you've seen the movie. You would have
Robin
probably seen it
Williams
as a
played
kid.
Batty Coda. Oh.
He played the bat. Yeah.
The film is set in an Australian rainforest inhabited by fairies. Okay.
Yeah. So there were gay people everywhere.
Yeah, that makes sense. So what?
No,
Queensland?
but I watched the movie when I was a really young kid at my grandparents' place, and like I love the movie, and part of the reason why I like the movie is because the bad guy's just so kind of like sinister,
Yeah.
and yeah, but it made a good bad guy, and even though he's just mostly in the background the whole movie, and a side figure, and even at the end he kind of gets beaten
Is
too
it Hexus,
easily.
the bad guy?
That's the bad guy, yeah.
Okay.
It's meant to be. So I didn't realize this as a kid. First of all, I didn't realize it was like taking place in Australia because all of the voice actors are American and use American terminology. But one of the things that I didn't realize was how politically like it leans towards the whole, save the rainforest, green, sort of, green, very left leaning green sort of stuff. Like it's basically one of those. It's basically a propaganda movie about why you should save the rainforest or help the rainforest,
Yeah.
while
okay.
at the same time making a lot of sense. But that's beside the point. I didn't realize as a kid. I just loved it. But watching it now, I'm kind of like, oh, okay, this has got that sort of lean to it. I guess you could say.
Okay. I just did a quick search. Apparently, it's based around the area of Wilson's Creek.
Makes sense because
Which is in
because
New South Wales.
the guy's little working permit comes up with Byron Bay on it.
Oh, yeah. Which is, pretty close to Byron Bay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. There you go.
But yeah, it's a good movie, and it's just one of those childhood nostalgia movies.
Yeah. It's, because you mentioned that, like, Finding Nemo's are basically straight based in Australia, but, like, all the actors are American.
Yeah,
Except for the shark. Well, actually, I don't know if the sharks are. They might be actually voiced by Americans.
I mean they could be American doing Australian accents. I think this is 100% like even the scene with the workers in it. They're talking like an American work, like someone who works as a trade but would be American. Like, yeah, sure thing, boss. Like that kind of. Yeah, we'll get back to it. Or I don't know how to do their voices, but like a Brooklyn accent, not a New Yorker worker sort of accent.
Yeah, right. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, that's what I was watching. Literally just before the podcast, we were halfway through. We got to the bit where Hexus sort of powers up by eating all the pollution.
Ah, yes, that makes sense.
This movie's basically Captain Planet.
Oh,
Essentially.
you said they eat the pollution. It's funny. There was a news report came out recently that apparently there's been birds on some Australian island that there's been a bird that's been eating on plastics, and they recorded it walking around, and they could hear crunches inside the
Stomach or
yes.
oh, lovely.
Yep.
That's what you want.
Yeah.
Well,
Good
to
on you,
bring it-
nature. Thank you for taking the hit for us and eating all the plastics.
That's basically what this movie's like. The bad guy Hexus is like, oh, humans, they're such amazing creatures. Sucks up the smoke. always helpful, and this thing's supposed to be like destruction incarnate, basically.
Gotcha.
And I'm trying to remember. There's a bit where yeah, it's just a good movie. We got up to the bit where he starts powering up and he heads towards Fern Gully to kill all the fairies.
Delightful.
But yeah, it's made me think when you said nostalgia. I was like, I wanted to watch it with. I saw it come up on Amazon Prime, and I was like, oh, I remember that movie. We should watch that. And I go, but Axel's not going to be able to remember it even if we watched it with him.
Watch
He's
again
asleep
later.
at the moment. He hasn't watched any of the movie. I'm like, well, I could watch it in a few years with him.
Gotcha. No worries.
And
Okay.
the question-
Sorry, you on.
It leads me to the question is, which I was watching a YouTube video the other day where someone asked the question like, is nostalgia good or bad?
Yeah, because there's a lot that can go into what is considered as nostalgia. It's like because the problem is, the key example is video games and like games getting remastered, remade, and it's like you know that game you like playing in 1995, play it again now in modern day graphics.
Well,
It's
we
kind
spoke about Oblivion, and
Yeah.
honestly, it's like I'd rather just play the old one. Like I don't know why people got all excited and oh yeah, they finally updated the graphics for Oblivion. And I'm
Yeah.
sitting there going, someone was working on that like a Skyrim style Oblivion for years, and now that's gone down the drain because they were already doing it.
yeah, yeah, it's weird, but anyway,
I don't find anything wrong with remastering certain
Yeah.
games, but
no,
like
it's just 'cause of
graphic
the-
wise.
it's a good money cash grab because people like nostalgia. People pay top dollar for nostalgia.
No.
Sort
So
of.
I don't mind that in the sense that like so if something was made 20 years ago, like for example, we use Pokemon as the perfect example with
Yeah.
red. How many times they've made red and yellow,
Red leaf,
blue,
green
red.
fire.
Yeah, what it was red and blue the originals, and then they
Red, blue, yellow.
Green was only released in Japan, and then they brought out Fire Red and Leaf Green and not blue.
Yes,
And I didn't bring
yes,
out
correct.
yellow. This was very confusing, that. But anyway, the point is they remade the original one, but it was like, yeah, good 20 years later or something.
Yeah,
And that makes sense because you're just remaking a game that you can't really get nowadays with a few extra bits in it and with updated graphics for a new generation. Like that's why I don't mind the idea of a new Oblivion for someone who hasn't played Oblivion before or seen any videos of someone playing it or anything like that. It makes sense.
yeah, exactly.
But that's not really a nostalgia thing. That's more of a just someone hasn't heard of this thing, so let's show it to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Nostalgia is purposely going backwards when it comes to certain things, and I'm wondering if it's a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah, I mean, I've got some Nintendo Wii games, and I've got a Nintendo Wii. I could probably play that anytime I want. The problem is, if I want the nostalgia, I have to set up for it. It's kind of like, I don't really want to set it all up because it's hard work.
Well, that's why I've got my PlayStation sitting there, not being used for anything.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
might get it out to show it to Axel when he's a bit older.
Yeah, good move.
These are the games
Back
Daddy
in my
used to
day.
play. Back in my day, son, we used to play this.
My dad hit me with it back in my day for the first time in ever, I think. I'm like, wow, he's getting old.
Oh, you should have said, Jackson, you said, you're not allowed to say that anymore. I'm the one who says
my
that
turn.
now. You should. What did he say back from my day?
I was
About?
talking about because he's doing PLC stuff, which is electrical programming, and he was talking about how he never did it in trade school when he was doing an apprenticeship.
Did
and I
you
told him
have to
how I
do
did
it?
Yeah, I did it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You should have said, oh, well, Dad, back in my day, we were forced to do it.
Yeah. But anyway.
Back in my day, we were forced to actually do what is it called? Theoretical electrical courses.
Yeah, exactly.
What is it called? The stuff they do at TAFE, where it's like all the formulas and that, the maths behind it or
The
something.
theory?
The theory that you never use.
But that's just a theory. A
Back in my
PLC
day, we had to do
electrical theory.
Back in my day, we had to do theory on the whiteboard.
Yeah, true. All right, let's jump into some highlights, Troy. Can I go first this time? Well, I'm asking.
Sure.
But, okay, cool.
No.
So, okay. No, so my first highlight I've
you're
got
like,
is I bought some new shoes. Oh, well, okay.
You got some new shoes.
Yeah, I bought some new shoes, and oh my gosh, they are so delightful. Like, this sounds like such a silly thing to talk about, but I bought some new shoes off Amazon, and obviously the gamble with buying things from Amazon is that you don't know if you're going to fit them, but like, I took a good, strong gamble because I know what size I am, which is roughly a size 10. Or I think I'm actually a size foot 9 or 9.5, but I went for a 10 shoe. And so I got one pair of sneakers and one pair of slip-on type shoes. And oh my gosh, as soon as I put my feet on them, they were like heaven. And
yeah.
our mother-in-law has a saying where it's like, make sure you buy shoes that hug your feet. And oh my gosh, not do they hug my feet, they sleep with my feet.
Yeah, I know the exact feeling you're thinking of, like, because I just love the feeling of new shoes. And when you buy a pair of shoes that, like, you've bought before and you know they're comfortable,
Yeah.
that's good. That's, Jackson, my highlight of the week is also I bought shoes.
Oh, really? Are they work boots?
No,
Oh my
no,
gosh.
yeah, they're work boots. No, that's not my highlight. We just bought them today.
Well, speaking of which, I actually need to buy some new ones soon too because my ones are wearing out. But my old shoes I had no sole and like basically they had holes going through the bottom so you could feel the ground when you're walking in them, which is not great.
What, your work boots?
No, my old shoes, my old sneakers.
Oh
and
yeah,
slip-ons.
yeah. I've thrown out a couple like that. I was gonna buy some new like slip-on because I buy slip-on shoes that go. You know the ones that only go up to your heel.
Yes.
I can't show much, but anyway, you
volleys.
go up to your heel. Yeah, so I like shoes that don't go up to your heel, but they slip on like volleys.
Yes.
Or like Vans, the
Yes.
the elasticy ones.
Well, you like the ones I got. Trust me. I'll send
But
you a
I
link,
also like
maybe.
when I like ones that actually still have a shoelace, so you can actually tighten them up
Yeah,
if you need
that's
to.
fair. That's fair.
But the problem is when we went to Big W today, there were absolutely none there. And I finally found a pair of like volleys style shoes that fit my foot and I put them on. And I was just like, no, these need to go up to my ankle. They need to go up higher.
Yeah, it's fair. Yep.
I like sneaker style like that. But you bought them off Amazon.
Yep.
Also, it's not really much of a risk if you know your size.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Like those sort of shoes don't really vary in size very much.
No, not at all.
I did put on a size 11s the other day and I was like, these feel big. They shouldn't feel this big. While the boots, like size 11's perfect fit.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, I'm enjoying these new shoes so much. It's a
Sam.
joy to put them on. But anyway, yeah. So my other highlight is a fun one. So I was working near where our father-in-law works in that area. There's a bunch of little factory shops we had to service.
I was also working near there.
Oh yeah, cool. So one of these, most of them all had like, I'm pretty sure they were like multinational / Australian Chinese people.
Yeah.
And like, so I got to the second last one, and it was a place that sells blinds, Meta blinds they were called. And I was like, hello, anyone here? And then she came out of the office. And oh yeah, another Chinese lady probably. And then she was like, I was like, do you know? I was like trying to speak to her clearly, like, do you know where your switchboard is? And she's like, oh yes, come here. And then she showed me where it is, and because I had to take thermal.
Did she say it like that? Oh yes, come here.
Basically, roughly. And then yeah. So
Are you the electric man? Electric boogaroo?
she showed me where the switchboards were, and she let me in and turned the light on.
Yep.
And then
yep.
she's like, oh, okay, all right. And then I said, share. And she came racing back into the room and goes, you know Chinese? I'm like, no,
I'm
sorry.
pretty sure
I only know share, which means
I'm
thank
pretty
you.
sure it's she, isn't it?
Well, I said share, and she came running back in with a big, like, oh, you know Chinese?
That's probably because you got it half right.
Yes, that's probably what I expect. But the reason why I know
Isn't that-
share so well is because Shaman off the YouTube channel.
I mean, it's a very known thing. But
Yeah.
is it thank you or is it yes? I think it's
Thank
thank you,
you.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Shishi.
Share.
Shishi.
Or shishi, I don't know.
We can
But
look
yeah.
it up at some point.
And my other highlight is I've discovered a
No,
power
it means
move that I've
both.
got.
I think it's both.
Probably, I don't.
I think it's yes and thank you. But anyway,
Probably.
continue.
And my other highlight is a funny one because it's not a deliberate power move as a highlight, but incidentally, like I've discovered lately, when you're driving around like built up areas where there's slow speed limits and there's pedestrian crossings, like
Yes.
you come to a stop at a pedestrian crossing, and like because what I like to do is I like to eye off the crossing to make sure no one's coming like on the pathway already heading towards. But when I do approach someone's coming across, I slowly just like, oh yep, you're good to go. But even though you're meant to stop at a pedestrian crossing, the people who are going around the crosswalk they always go, oh thank you, like they raise their hand and say thank you.
Yeah, I know it annoys me a little bit. It's like,
I
when you're
have to
at an
stop.
actual crossing. Yeah,
I
when
have
you're
to
at,
stop. You don't
I
have
don't.
to.
I was telling Courtney about this the other day because the same thing happened. Like it's one of those things where you stop and wait for them, and then they do the little like speed up wave thing, like we're
Yeah.
rushing them, and it's like I gotta wait for you. Like you have right of way there. You're not. It's a pedestrian crossing.
I mean, I'm a bit hypocritical because I do it myself, but you
Yeah,
know,
I do the
just-
same thing. Everyone
it's
does
dumb
it.
when you realize
It's
it.
just a thank you thing, but at the same time, you're sitting there going. Usually, I always do it if I'm at a crossing that isn't a pedestrian crossing.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's an area where you can cross, but you don't have right of way.
Yeah.
So if you've ever driven around Lakeside, there's an actual pedestrian crossing, and then further down the road, there's another crossing,
one,
but there's
yeah.
no lines. And it's right at a roundabout, so people
Yeah.
that everyone goes through.
So yeah, I consider it a
What
power
was
move.
so? What was your power move? The stop or the wave?
Just stopping for like wait, like when I approach a pedestrian crossing, when I see people about to go cross, I just stop and wait, like give them a general, give them like a general happy face, kind of like
Or a
nod.
thumbs up or something.
And then
yeah.
they look at me and go, "Thank you." I'm like, "You don't have to thank me. I'm just doing what I'm being meant to do."
You should beep them next time and see what they do.
Just flip them off.
Thank
you.
You should put your hand out the window. You've
What, you
made
don't
me
think I know what I'm doing?
You've made me wait.
Oh gosh. Anyway, so, yeah.
My favorite thing is when someone like pulls in front of you to get like as the lane's ending, and they're just doing it to get in front of one car.
Yeah.
And then at the next set of lights, I pull into the left lane and I get ahead of them, and then I start slowing down a little bit more.
I had something similar happen to me as well when it comes to driving. So in the I don't know what road it is, but there's a crazy set of lights right next to the CBD. You probably know the one, but it's like 5 or 6 set of lights, and you go under the bridge to go to the CBD or down to South Melbourne or whatever. Anyway, this guy,
No, I wouldn't know.
I'm in the far left lane to turn right. Or actually, I'm in the far left lane to go straight ahead to get to the.
Are you in?
convention
You're in the
centre.
CBD.
Yeah,
Okay.
roughly. And this guy coming from the left side wants to sneak in front of me, and he because I see him, I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Mate, I've run out of lane." And I'm like, "Well, I can't do anything about it. I just have to let you in."
Oh, did he cut you off? Did
Yes,
he? Ugh.
but
So
he went.
he went into the right lane.
He was in the left
thinking
lane.
He could turn left.
He was in the next lane across from me. So there's 3 or 4 lanes to go around right, and the one on the far left of that 4 is a straight and a right, and then there's 2 other lanes that just go left.
Okay,
So
and
he
he
was
was
in
in
the
one of the left
lanes.
lanes.
Yeah.
So he pulls up, goes, "Oh, I'm in the wrong lane."
His
It
excuse
indicates
was,
right.
"Oh, I ran out of road." Find
Plenty of
more
time
road
to
then.
What, did you put your window down and he shouted
Yes.
out to you?
Well, because he cut in front of me, because I just looked at him and went, "Oh," and then he's like, one down his window, "Man, I ran out of road. I ran out of." I don't know what accent he was doing, but yeah, it was. Really
Was he
dumb.
Australian or did he
Yeah,
have
Australian
an
something.
accent?
He was multi something, I guess. But,
Hey, Bert, don't worry. I ran out of road.
yeah, it was
I ran out of road.
I ran out of road. Find more road then.
But
Google it.
I get annoyed about that because it's one of those things where it's like, mate, just you've made a mistake. Just take the left turn and go around, or find
the
another
L.
way around. Take the L. Don't cut in front of me to fucking like ruin. Don't do an illegal turn. Essentially, just don't do an illegal turn. The amount of times I see people doing that, where they're like they have to rush and cut across 5 lanes because they were in the right lane the whole drive, speeding ahead of everyone, and then my exit. I better cut across every single person and then cut in at the last second where there's not even a lane. There's just where the lane splits. It's got those lines.
Yes. I know. Yeah, I saw a good example of that the other day, actually, in person, and I laughed because it was a P player trying to drive just like an absolute idiot. But anyway,
I'm surprised it doesn't happen more when you're on your way home pulling onto Clyde Road.
I think it does happen.
Because I've done it there.
Yeah, me too. I've done it too.
Because a bunch of people are like lined up in the left lane. It's the only way to turn, and everyone there is going left towards Berwick instead of right towards Clyde. So I come in on the other lane and just cut in front.
It's silly, but anyway.
Because there's always space for a car to go into the right lane there.
Yeah.
So it does happen. I'm a bit of a hypocrite there saying that, but it's a bit different when it's a bit different because you're not cutting anyone off. If anything, you're getting traffic off the road.
Yeah.
But if you're in the wrong lane and you're like, "Oh, I got to turn left, so I'm going to cut this guy off," it's a different story.
Yeah. So, Troy, what's some have been your highlights?
So my highlights of the week is I got Daniel's Donuts.
What flavour?
Well, Jackson,
Because there's so many.
there are a lot of flavors. Actually, I couldn't choose first.
That is the problem. Like when I go to 7-Eleven, I see the Krispy Kremes. I'm like, ooh.
Krispy Kremes are easy to choose because there's not that many flavors. It's Daniel's Donuts. Like they
it's
got
fair.
so many flavors. I got a Mars bar one. I didn't even know they had a Mars bar flavored donut until I saw it. But I originally asked for 2 cookies and creams, and then I was like, "Oh, wait a minute! They've got cookies and cream, and they've got cookies cheesecake." I was like, "I'll get a cookies cheesecake and a cookies and cream." Oh, and I'll get a Mars bar, and I was like, "I'll get the chocolate mousse." It's a chocolate mousse donut. It was the worst one.
I'm gonna find.
But here's the thing, right?
Yeah, keep going.
Part of the highlight is I go to get these donuts. I've paid. It's at the same counter you pay for fuel, right? You generally pay for them both at the same time. But I paid with. But I have a fuel card, which I can't. I can't buy Krispy Kreme.
Which server was that? Was that the which server was that? Was that a BP or something?
It was at the new one in Officer.
Okay.
In that little area.
Yeah, I know the one. Yes, I found it. Yep, Beaconsfield.
Yeah, Beaconsfield. That's it. And I pull up. I've paid for my fuel, and then I've started ordering the donuts. Right. So I've paid for my fuel. I've walked to the side to look at the counter, and I've said to the woman, I'll get 4 donuts." And I'm picking up the donuts, and I finish picking out. Right. I go to walk back to the counter, and there's some Asian bloke there, right up against it, like to pay for his fuel. And I'm like, I see him there. I'm like what? And I start walking towards the counter because I got to pay for my donuts, right? And he he's just standing there and he doesn't get the hint. And I'm standing next to him and I can't get I'm like, "Excuse me." And he didn't hear me. And I'm like, "Excuse me, can you move a little?" So he does the little stands there still and just shimmies. He maybe does this. Look at me. He maybe goes.
Huge move.
And I'm like, "What the move out." I wanted to go, "Move out of the fucking way. Let's take a step back. I'm trying to pay for my fucking donuts." Instead, I just reached around him, reached over this guy's arm and beat,
Oh, there's the mark.
And that's when he's like, "Oh, I got to move. I'm just going to bend slightly out of your way."
There's so many flavors.
I'm thinking to myself, take a hint, buddy. Can't you see I'm still talking to the person at the register and ordering and paying for stuff?
Yeah.
I've walked into the servo, waiting in line, and people have ordered donuts and paid for their fuel and done all that. And and the person in front of me is getting out of view.
A focus even.
I wonder what's going on there. And the person in front of me is still standing further back so the other person can finish doing all their stuff. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this bloke? Fucking hell. So that was part of my highlights.
I'm just looking at those donuts. There's so many flavors. But I want to quickly add, there's a bakery near us in that little shopping center that I go to a lot. And it's got a Nutella filled donut and it's so good.
Yeah, you know who else has a Nutella filled donut?
Obviously Daniel's does.
Daniel's does.
But
I think Daniel's
it's not just Nutella.
It's
there's like peanut butter chocolate hazelnut, which is obviously.
So the Mars bar one that I got, even though I was a bit disappointed because it wasn't as filled as the cheesecake one.
Wow. Yep.
But that's what I forgot to get, or maybe they didn't have chocolate there at the time.
Yeah, chocolate mousse.
Otherwise, I would have gotten one. It's not bad. The Mars bar one was basically caramel and the Mars bar one was basically caramel and Nutella.
Yes, that's what I'm. Yeah, Mars donut, salted caramel and chocolate hazelnut.
Hazelnut, yeah, it tasted like Nutella with caramel. So yeah, there you go, and it tasted really good. It's just a shame it wasn't as filled. There wasn't as much filling, but still great. But yeah, that was part of my highlight was having to awkwardly reach over some bloke to pay for my food.
Gotcha.
I said excuse me under my voice the first time, so I spoke up a little and said excuse me again. He freaking almost just kind of stepped a little. So he acknowledged he looked at me like, "What are you doing standing there?" I'm like, "Get out of the fucking way."
Quick question for you: Krispy Kremes or Daniel's Donuts?
Daniel's Donuts.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, 100%. They're way better.
I probably would agree because there's more.
And
variety.
they taste like real donuts.
I just want donuts that taste like real donuts.
I just want donuts. Yeah. Yeah.
Stupid Tumblr. Exactly. Yes. Anyway, move on to your next one.
Why do I care?
I just want donuts.
And my other highlight of the week is, or one of my other highlights is, I was at a job site pretty much the same day, right? This was at the start of the day, and there were a bunch of concreters working across from me. Most of them were Indian, and they were all Indians basically. And as the truck that delivers the waffle pods comes, so it's a big, tall, lanky truck, and it's got a trailer on it. I'm walking down from the house that I'm at, and I'm opposite them. The truck's driving to do a U-turn and park. And as the truck's driving maybe 20, 30 kilometers an hour, one of the Indian blokes hops between it and the truck and the trailer while it's moving.
Oh, you told me about this on the phone, I think?
Yeah, I would have told you about it on the phone.
That's
and I'm
crazy.
like, oh my god, I'm sitting there going, I'm sitting there going, I don't want to sound racist, but is it because he's Indian? Like,
Do they
and,
don't?
but I went up to the guy because I was like, maybe my eyes, like, I just saw a guy hop through a truck. Like, maybe I missed, like, did I see that right? And
yeah,
I
crazy
walk
one.
up to the guy and I go, did you just jump between the truck and the trailer? And he goes, yeah. And I go,
So
don't
what,
do
big
that
deal?
again. Don't like,
Please.
don't do that again.
No, please,
and he,
don't.
like, you could get hurt. Like, you could look like. I know it's slow. I know you could do it. Anybody can, like, good job. Like, nice one. I'm impressed, but don't do it again. You like. And he goes, oh, no worries, and puts his fist, like, yeah, no worries, brother, and we fist bump. And then I walk off, and then I come back a little bit later after grabbing a thing. The bloke's still there, and I look at him and I go, no, seriously, don't do it again. Like, and I go, your life isn't worth 2 pieces of wood. Because he was holding 2 pieces of, like, the size of his hands. He'd come to grab these 2 pieces of timber. And I'm sitting there going, seriously, all you had to do was wait 5 seconds for the truck to go past.
That's all you had to do, mate. Yeah, understandable.
But yeah, I was just shocked to see someone, like, it's not really a thing where it's not really a big deal. It's like hopping between two like carriages and like, well, yeah, I can understand why he did it. Like, it's so simple, but it's one of those things where it's like, why would you risk it? Why would you
Yeah.
bother?
Yeah. It is
Plus,
a bit
if
nuts.
something does happen, right? If something somehow happen to this bloke, people like me probably have to stand around or sit around and wait for emergency service to keep, I'm not going to get in my car and drive off if this guy's lying on the ground bleeding out or something. Like, all right, well, I saw him, he did it to himself. All right, I'll see you guys later. Drive past the ambulance as they're going past. Like, it creates a, and I got to probably report it, what happened to my bosses and all that, because even though it wasn't really on my side, it was still in a job site area, etc. So it's just one of those things. But I found it funny because I'm like, did I see that bloke jump through a truck? No, he couldn't have
Part of his
done
magic
that.
trick.
Yes. Needless to say, I was quite.
Disappointed!
Oh, goodness me. Yeah, equally.
So yeah, that was my other one. And I guess the final one is another work-related one where I had to reverse off a main road into a into an awkward driveway. I then had to move my car further into and reverse backward into the house, in front of the house more, so that some other guy could get his car in. And then to top it all off, some people, job site cleanup people, came and asked me to move my car, so I had to pull it down the road. Or next street into a side street, because this was off a main road.
Okay.
And the whole time, and when I got to the job site, I got told, "Oh, don't worry, no one will be there. We're booked in." Someone was there. Multiple people were there and rocked up. I had to work around a whole bunch of blokes.
Oh well. Just a quick one. Have you been keeping up to date with the NBA?
I have not. No.
Okay, so the Thunder are through to the finals. The last
The Thunder, Oklahoma Thunder.
Yes.
Wow.
Meanwhile, the Knicks and the Pacers are heading to Game 6,
Oh.
with the Pacers up 3-2.
Okay, there you go. Don't you know, Jackson? It's all rigged at this point.
Yeah, no. Like we told about this last episode. Like the two. Although to be fair, they were the conference finals. They're not. That wasn't. I guess.
Oh, just not distractible. A Go thing came up, and they were talking about like sports stuff that's happened in sport, like referee
one.
issues. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it was about referee. It was just all
there's
these
worse
bad
referee
calls,
decisions,
worse
yeah.
referee decisions, and it talked about the basketball one, so that they'd get into Game 7. The least found team in the league found the
yes.
most in
I've got like 28
in
or
the
something
playoffs.
stupid. Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, of course they want Game 7.
There's
They
some
want
good
all
conspiracy
that.
theories out there that make you believe that, especially with like the NFL. Or we talked about like how the referees get in the way or do stupid calls or whatever. But anyway,
Well, the funny thing is, a few of these people have been charged and stuff.
yeah,
On all the shady stuff that happened in the Olympics, especially during the Cold War.
yeah, that's fair. Yeah. People are probably wondering while they're watching or listening to this episode, the title of it. Yes, I almost died. The end. That's all I'm gonna leave it as. No, just kidding.
Oh, what did you want to talk about?
Just briefly. I had heart palpitations.
Jackson
now.
had a panic attack.
No heart palpitations. Well, I guess you could say technically that was correlation.
Yeah, man, I didn't really want to call it that.
I don't know if you want to make a clickbait
I was
episode.
panicking. It was just my heart was
I was
calling out
panicking, Anakin. Panicking, Anakin.
Panicking. That's what I was thinking.
Panicking Skywalker.
Why were you so stressed? Why were you so stressed, Master? Well, you see, panicking. It's you that causes it.
The panicking has the high ground.
It's over, panicking. I have the heart attack. Is that you knew? Is that you knew?
I mean, when I left the hospital, it was all over panicking. So I just had heart palpitations and because I didn't know. Troy's the one dying now. Oh gosh, dang it. Troy's cause of death, choking on his drink while laughing at a joke. Or something made him funny. Laugh.
It's coconut water.
Oh, coconut water. That's funny.
No, I got the it's over panicking.
Oh.
That didn't really click for me, even though I'm the one who said it. That happens a lot. Whenever I tell a really funny joke, I don't actually get it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm meant to tell. And you know when you know when you miss so badly that you score.
Yeah. You shoot any summer scores.
Like you give the worst one-liner in the world, but it turns out to be the best for the completely opposite reason.
It's like you throw. It's like when you say a joke, it goes over your head. It's like you throw a boomerang, but it actually comes back.
No, I've told the funniest jokes I've ever told have gone over my head.
Yeah. Okay.
And it doesn't make sense because I'm the one telling it.
Yeah. No.
And the person explains, they're like, "Oh, I see what you did there," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I did do that."
Yeah, on purpose.
Anyway.
Totally. Yeah.
Anyway, you were panicking.
So yeah, quick Google. Why is my heart racing? And it's like, oh, I probably have heart palpitations. This might lead to this and this and this. And I'm like, well, I do feel dizzy and I'm getting tingly. I'm not sure what to do, so I just went to the hospital. And yeah, I was in
As you
hospital.
do.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know. I just didn't know.
That's all right. That's an important thing. It's better to be
Yes.
safe than sorry.
Correct. And then so they hooked me up with the ECG. I had 12 sticker things to my chest, body, and then they took a blood test and gave me some sort of a drug and IV.
They gave me something, man. Did I feel good?
I felt good after, man. I was so tired, but I felt good. And so yeah, after 5.5 hours in hospital, I came home, and yeah, it was
Radical.
it was. Yeah.
Sorry, the show I watched, Fern Gully, he's like talking to the fairy. He's been shortened down,
Yep.
the human dude, and he goes, "You're a bodacious babe," and she's like, "What does that mean?" It means you're hot. It means you're
Sure.
good looking.
That's one way to say it, I guess.
I mean, it wasn't quite like that, but that was sort of how it went.
But yeah, so I'm okay now. I had a few days off work just to rest, to make sure.
A few
nothing
days.
crazy.
I thought
Yeah.
you only took 1 day off.
No, I took 2.
Oh, I see. Maybe I should fake a heart
Because my
attack
work is
too.
compassionate towards me. My work cares for my health.
Oh, well, that's good. I'm glad your work cares for your health.
Take you, B1.
Is that a
Yeah,
cat?
the cat's over there.
Hold on a second. I'll take the pillow from the other cat.
And yeet it
Maybe.
over there. Mission accomplished.
There we go. Hold on a second. Yep. I saw you woke up. Axel's awake.
Cool, put him back to bed.
Did I wake him up from my yelling?
No, you woke up from the chewing, the choking.
She says probably. You can hear his room's behind me, and Courtney goes, "You can hear yourself. I can hear you clear as day from in there. Like
Good.
it's perfectly good."
That's how it's meant to be.
Gets picked up by the baby monitor.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
That's how
So
loud.
outside of that, I haven't got much to talk about. But you had a few notes. You said.
I mean, I did have. I've basically talked about the Indian bloke and all that. I've gone through, but there was one thing. So. Oh yeah, I was gonna suggest. You know what we should do? We should do more distractible style games and stuff.
Yeah, I did think of one that they were playing. Oh yeah, Don't Get Me Started was actually
The
kind of
recent
enjoyable.
one. I did enjoy listening to that. But I was like, if I'm the reason why I can't do imagine us doing something like that is again we need like a third person as a host and two competitors makes like their setup with that is actually very well done. It's pretty good because they always have one person who sort of controls the narrative of everything.
Yeah. That reminds me, I haven't checked the responses. For those wondering, I have a call to response thing, and we've had 0 responses, which is on par for us being normal. No.
Oh, Jackson, don't worry.
No, I'm
You'll
being
get there. You'll become a
yeah.
good producer eventually.
What do you mean?
It's not your fault. You've just working with bad actors, mainly yourself
Yes.
and me.
Yeah, yes, mainly.
Look, Jackson. I can only produce so well. Well, I'm trying, Jackson, but you
know
won't
what the
let
worst
me.
part is?
You and Troy won't.
Riverside has the most shittiest recommendations of magic clips, aka shorts. Like the
Oh, the short, the thing that you used to make the clips. Yes,
it's so bad.
I gave up. Is that the one I showed you?
No. So Riverside itself has a inbuilt.
Oh, Riverside's got
clip
its own one,
generator,
and they're
it's
bad.
shit.
Yeah.
They're picturally bad ones. Like the one I uploaded recently was the nuclear insurance.
No,
And personally, the funnier bit happens after it ends.
can't you edit it so it goes further?
No,
on?
because it's the free plan.
You could do that with the free one that I sent you.
Yeah, okay.
But honestly, it's just
Resend
easier
it
to
then.
find. It's easier to find a bit of it and use like some other like the program that I used for that one clip that I posted of me
Yeah.
playing that game. Anyway,
Anyway,
the thing I actually wanted to talk to you about is because you're always playing Pokemon and you're always shiny hunting and you're able to play it for hours on end.
this is fact, yes.
My question is, how do you do it with 2 kids?
Well,
Because
I'll do it when they're in bed.
I played, yeah, but it's not quite that simple. Axel's not in bed at the moment. I played I've played Shadow of Mordor for about 2 hours overall, and I've had the game for about 3. I think 1 week I didn't play at all. I've played it for an hour this week. I played it for an hour like when I first got it. So I've only played 2 hours of the game, and it's not that I can't play the game, or that Courtney's not looking after Axel, or he's not asleep. It's the fact that it's much easier to read on my tablet or watch a YouTube video on my tablet or watch TV, for example,
Yeah.
and just keep an eye on him crawling around. Like, but if I'm actively participating in something like this, it's much harder to keep an eye on him.
I see.
Which it's a good thing Courtney's standing next to, over there because otherwise I wouldn't be able to do the podcast, let alone play a video game. But so how do you do it without having to watch, like, because I don't get time to do anything except watch TV.
No, so there's only some strict times during the day when I do. It's when Dane's in sleep and Savannah's usually doing her own thing, watching something on the tablet or something behind me. And that maybe will be a half an hour to an hour max.
And she'll get
Otherwise,
bored.
My kids have normal sleeping patterns where they go to bed at 7 o'clock and then usually by like 7:30, 8 o'clock, I have about 2 or 3 hours where I just play on my computer or Pokemon shiny hunting.
Okay.
So maybe what you should try and do, like I mean, yeah, I keep saying it is easy to do to put him to bed at 7 o'clock each night. Get into a routine.
He doesn't work like that. He fell asleep. We did put him to bed at 7 o'clock, didn't we, Courtney? Before, when did he go to sleep? Around 7 o'clock?
Give him a bottle.
8 o'clock?
Does he drink from the bottle yet?
No, he drinks from the breast.
Because the more he can have from the bottle, like if he has 150 mils, he'll be hungry. He won't be hungry for a short time, and then he'll probably sleep longer.
Jackson's suggesting feeding him from the bottle more. Yeah, but Corny doesn't pump either.
Oh, well, get like formula though.
We're not putting him on formula.
But he'll become
He'll
stronger,
get
faster,
he'll get
quicker.
sick. Yeah, just like your kids.
Well, everyone gets sick.
Axel hasn't gotten sick yet. Hello.
Has he?
Hello, silly boy. He hasn't gotten sick, not really. Even last week when we were sick and we thought he was sick, he acted exactly the same.
I mean, my daughter's sickened, but my son isn't sick yet.
Hello.
So yeah, must be something.
Because yeah, we were like, oh, he's probably sick. Like,
Yeah.
but he hasn't actually been sick.
sick ass.
He got a tooth instead.
Oh, that's even better. Start
It
drawing.
is very good. Because I've got time. Because Courtney looks after him most of the time, but it's much easier for me to be like, say, watching a YouTube video that I can pause, or watching
So what
TV.
about your weekends? What are your weekends like? Because surely there'd be ample time for you to play on the weekends.
I mean, I'm doing other stuff on the weekend, and I sleep in on weekends too.
Yeah, it's fair.
So I'll sleep in until 10 o'clock, sometimes 11 o'clock. Not usually 11 o'clock.
The only suggestion I can think of is set a time for yourself. Because like, what was that? What was that game you and Courtney had where you get you get points for doing things you set out?
Oh yeah, Courtney's like level 17 now, and I'm level 9. It's Habitica, I think.
Habitica, yeah. Use that to make yourself be proactive with gaming, maybe.
Well, the problem isn't. Yeah, well, that's it. It's I've actually got that here somewhere. Is it Habitica, Courtney?
The reason why I haven't played Splatoon in a while is because of the state of the game. It's in its dying phase where the player base is smaller. So
I wouldn't be too surprised. Yeah. It's the same game as the previous one. But we'll talk about that. What was that? The fourth one's coming. There'll be adults.
No. The new Pokemon game's coming. So
okay, we'll talk
and a new
about
Switch console next week.
But it isn't necessarily video games. It's more that like completely focused because I could play a game for like 15 minutes, half an hour, then pause it and do something and then get back to it. But it's one of those things where I want a good hour of concentrated gameplay.
Yeah.
And it's hard finding specifically that time. Like Courtney will like, for example, I can do it while he's taking a nap, but it's also I need to want to do it as well.
Oh yeah, I understand that.
Like I said, it's much easier to sit down and read a manga or something, or watch TV.
I think
while he's awake, right? And then I'd keep half an eye on him, and then maybe pick him up and help Courtney change him, or do other things, and then get back to what I'm watching.
Yeah,
it's and then he falls asleep, and then I can continue and finish what I'm watching, or keep reading. And then at that point, I've spent that hour or two reading or watching something versus playing.
Yeah,
like it's like I actively decide, okay, now I can play video games. I'm going to go do it now.
Yeah, I think
it's how I actually got those 2 hours in. I was like, I've got a free hour. I can go do this.
I think because when you're in that, like you're saying, you can watch it at the same time. Because you were saying it's easier to set up a tablet and whatnot. I think if you can do that while playing your video games though on your PC though, like you can watch him from the PC, can't you?
Watch him from the PC.
Is that
not really? I have to be actively looking back at him.
Okay. I mean, what you could do.
Sitting in front.
What you could do is do what we try to do temporarily.
All the way back here.
No, what you could do is get like a little gate system and lock him in a safe area.
Oh, that's what I suggested to Courtney, because we've got the couch set up so that it's all we have to do is build a little fence across the couch, and he's locked in there.
Yeah, just do that. Make sure he has ample amount of toys as well. Yes,
and make sure to throw a couple of doonas and blankets and pillows on top of all the cords that are hanging in the corner.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, yeah.
Well, that was what I thought about doing something like that, because that way Courtney can do something like have a shower or do her thing. I can play a couple of video games while he's doing his own thing, because even though I'm watching something or I'm reading something, he might spend a good half an hour to an hour, just not quite an hour, but he might spend a good half an hour just doing his own thing.
Yeah.
But I was curious about how you get the time for it, but it's because your kids have a regular sleep cycle and you can plan it out. And you don't watch YouTube videos as often or watch TV.
It's strange. This is strange. I watch all YouTube videos. Well, not all of them, but a majority of my YouTube intake is during work.
That's what I thought. I do that with TikTok, except I'm not like other people who just death scroll. Yeah. I will legit go, all right, I'm taking a break. I'm going to look at TikToks for 10 minutes, 5 minutes.
And I'll do that, but yeah, it's
I did that today. Yeah. I got to my last job and I was like, I'm finished. I got to my last job and I was like, okay, I finished sweeping up. I'm going to look at TikToks. I'm going to stand here at the kitchen bench and look at TikToks for 10 minutes. I found a really interesting one that was long. So I just put the phone on the kitchen bench, marked up the house because it was a small house, while listening to this one TikTok.
Oh, goodness me.
It was one of those stupid motivational ones, like where they play the dramatic music. And it's like, if what you want in life isn't always what you need in life.
It sounds like an AI video almost.
No, this was actually in theory it could have been. It was like some black and white thing, and it was a guy explaining basically how to be successful, essentially.
okay.
And his first thing he explains is it's not about like when I say successful, I don't mean in money, or it could be money, but I mean like in whatever you want it to be, whether it be in relationships, whether it be happiness or this. These are the steps you take, and he's explaining all the different steps. And one thing he says, if you're poor, and you want to make money, take a rich person out to dinner. Basically.
Oh,
And it's more the thing. It's more of the thing, and talk to them and listen to them and find out what they do that you're not doing. It's that kind of thing, that kind of thought process.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of, well, not heaps, but there's every now and then when I'm scrolling Instagram, for example, there comes up these reposts where it's clearly like it's originally been posted on Instagram or TikTok or whatever, no matter what the platform.
Yeah,
and it's like
yeah.
so it'd be the video is of a video. And then it cuts to a person saying, guys, there comes a time where our parents used to say to us, don't believe everything on the internet. And now we're the ones having to say it to our parents because all these videos now these days are fake.
I didn't actually think of that, but
Yeah,
that
I know,
actually
right? How crazy.
we have to tell you don't believe everything you hear. Whoa! Did you see they're cleaning that? They're cleaning that whale of scallops of barnacles.
There was one.
Wow, I
really
can't believe
good...
that. Look, they're pressure washing the barnacles off the whale. Is that real? Oh my goodness, that's amazing.
There was one good example of this AI video where a dude was like, "Hey guys, we're at the top of this volcano. We're about to test out this video camera or something." And the video jumps to him jumping into the lava.
The camera. Sorry, I said camera. I was meant to say jumping in. Oh no!
I'm like, yeah. AI
And was there screams? Please tell me they were screaming. Like he jumps in the lava and just.
He's like, "Whoa, let's send it."
Let's.
That's what he was saying, and that was what the AI video was saying. Like in the video, like he was jumping in, saying, "Let's send."
Oh my! That's the kind of AI video I actually want to watch.
And there was another example that was like a really good, really testy one where it's like, is it really AI? Real AI? It was a news person on the news desk reading news or something. But that's like the danger side where you like you do AI videos of news, and that's where it can be misleading and a bit dangerous.
So you know what I'm finding really like? How do I explain this? Not disturbing, but like almost worrying. No,
Yeah.
not even that. Annoying. I'm going to use the word annoying, right? If I go on Facebook, all I get is a bunch of sexual bullcrap. It's like stuff that's borderline. It's not porn, but it's very close.
It may as
and
well
it's
be.
very insinuative. Yeah,
It may as well be.
and it's yeah, exactly. And it's whether it's real people or it's usually fucking with me with whatever. I don't know why. Maybe I've clicked on too many things, but it comes up with like mangas or anime where it's got a character from an actual hentai thing, but it's a non-hentai scene or image.
Yeah.
But it sort of like points to where it's heading, like standing there going, or something. It's not always that. It's sometimes it's just regular porn, and you can go, that's from a porno, or that's going to be in a porno. It's quite funny. You click on the comments, and everyone's asking for the source.
You could asking for a friend source.
That actually a couple of them were like, "Oh, what's the source?" Asking for someone.
My favorite one was when people would spell sauce SAUCE, and then people would say, "Oh, tomato."
But that's majority of what I see on my Facebook. Courtney's Facebook's completely different. Like it's normal. I actually find her Facebook more interesting, videos and other things. What I find confusing is YouTube. It's just repeating itself and replaying the old shit from 10 years ago and 8 years ago, as I said. And it does give me new stuff, but it doesn't give me anything that seems to actually particularly take my interest. The only videos I've been clicking on besides the American news guy I listen to have been like these TikTok style Pokemon videos where it's like someone's done a 3D animation Pokemon thing and it's explaining like, did you know about why were like the fossil Pokemon? Why were they fossilized, or why aren't they around today? And it's a silly little, it's just basically basic Pokemon trivia, but the animation's really good. And that's the only thing I've been clicking on, and it's been TikTok style videos. TikTok, on the other hand, right? Almost every video that I play is interesting to me. And it's
Yeah.
not just because it's a 2-minute thing. Don't get me wrong. Plenty of them are like silly, stupid stuff. Like there's one where a guy's like, send this to a gay little boy and let him know. Yeah, it's just send this because we all know everyone's got a gay little boy in their lives, and send this to him to let him know it's okay to be a gay little boy. We still love you.
That reminds me, like there was this little couple of clips after like in a row where I was watching girlfriends or wives reacting to their husbands or partners calling their best mates to say goodnight. Apparently that's a thing, or trend, or a made up trend, I'm not sure. It's literally just videos of guys ringing up their friends, their mates saying, just want to say goodnight to you.
So one of the newer one of the newer YouTube channels that I've found, and I found him through watching Asmongold videos, right?
Oh, no.
It's this guy who basically does these really funny game reviews. And it's quite funny because he's like talking about Doom Eternal. You may have seen the video. It's that guy who's like the googly-eyed like cartoon guy.
Oh, Freakazoid.
Freakazoid, yeah.
Freakazoid, Fleek, yeah.
Freakazoid, that's the one, yes.
Yeah.
And he does a Doom, the new one, Doom, whatever it's called.
Yeah,
I forget.
okay.
But he does a new one, and he's like comparing it to Doom Eternal, and he's like talking about how, this game is the kind of game that your wife's boyfriend gets you. And he's like, and the comparison he says, when you play Doom Eternal, you get a raging hard on, and you go up to him and you go, you know what? I might fuck my wife tonight. But then I go back to playing this, and I go back to being a happy and safe and just welcoming person and calm down.
I haven't watched one of his videos for a while.
But he's like, I might do my wife tonight. I cracked up laughing watching it. He's just got brilliant videos.
His last one was my wife's. Oh yeah, Doom
wife's
Dark
boyfriend.
Ages.
My wife's boyfriend got me Doom Dark Ages, and it's but it's just he's just done such a
His videos on the Assassin's Creed Pirate one, whatever it's called. I think it's Shadows. I think it is.
Yes, but
it's so funny.
But he's like Doom Eternal. When I'm playing too much Doom Eternal, my tees get.
Sorry, it's the Yakuza like a pirate one. That's what it is.
Oh yes.
That's an amazing video.
But he was saying when I play Doom Eternal, my T gets too high, so I gotta go back to this, and then it drops back down. And I'm in a much better place.
So his content is based around, he does live streams of games, and then he makes videos out of the live stream with narration and stuff.
Yeah, okay.
That's how he does his videos.
So I'm trying to find. There's a if I scroll enough, I'll find it. I'm just looking at TikTok real quick.
His fan group is called the Pimps.
Come on, come up. So I get his fan group's called the Pimps.
I believe.
I get videos. I'm trying to find it. It's where it's basically someone doing an Elmo doll.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness! What the heck?
That doesn't sound very Elmo-y.
I'm watching. How the heck does that? Are they invisible or something? That's weird. It's like an automatic sander.
Oh.
See?
That is.
That's my vacuum. The vacuum that it's a Festool.
Yeah.
It's a Festool vacuum, and it's a Festool sander. But they look like they're automatically sanding.
Yeah, nice.
Where is it? I thought one would come up. It's basically just someone with an Elmo doll, and he's like, oh, Elmo here, or he's like Elmo, and he's like, but it's more like, someone's being a little bitch today, aren't they? Like, here it is. I found one.
I'm gonna tell you if somebody doesn't like your attitude, just sing them this song. La 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 la. Get the front over.
It's a good message. It's a good message.
I'm gonna find. Here we go. There's a whole bunch of them. Like,
Here's a little tip from Elmo to help you get through life. Stop being a fucking idiot.
so those come up. Here's a little tip.
Oh, that's funny.
This person comes up to me on a Monday and says, "Happy Monday." I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you.
All right, I'll stop. I didn't. I forget there's that much swearing. Courtney's not looking too happy at me.
Gosh, she's not.
But if someone comes up to me and says "Happy Monday," I'm gonna be like, sure.
That's great.
So my point that I was originally going to get to, and we got distracted, is like those videos are interesting, but they're just goofy. They're proper TikTok 2-minute videos, right? But some of the videos that are like part 1 and go watch part 2, they're actually stuff where I'm like, I kind of want to go and watch like this video and this guy's videos on YouTube. Like there's actually entertaining stuff and interesting stuff, not just stuff that I'd watch for 2 minutes. Or not just something that I watch for 30 seconds. Like, I actually want to watch a full 5-minute video of this.
Yeah, okay.
And it makes me kind of... It's interesting because none of the stuff you see on TikTok, you see on YouTube. Like, I don't see any of... very little of it I see on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't know. Eventually there's going to be a crackdown on... I feel like there will be a crackdown. I don't think so.
Well, crackdown in what sense?
On reposting, on, like, disallowing...
Because
people still...
if you have a YouTube... Yeah, but I'm talking about people who do the TikToks also putting them on YouTube.
Okay.
Like if I was a big creator in some sense, I'd be on multiple platforms, which people are.
Yeah.
But none of the people I see on TikTok, or at least not many of them, I don't think I see them on YouTube or anything. Now, I don't know if that's a money thing or if it's because they can't be bothered or something else. Because I know that a lot of people, especially in Americans in America, they were all upset because they were like, "No, TikTok's going to be banned in America. This is my source of income. This is how I make money." And I'm like, "What?
Well,
how much money are you making from? You expect me to put this stuff on YouTube? I won't make any money. Not making money." What I want to know is where they're getting the money from to pay these people, because I don't see any ads on TikTok.
I don't know, but have they asked Lebowski anytime?
The Big Lebowski.
Where's the money, Lebowski?
Where's the money, Lebowski? Oh, it's down there somewhere. What I know about success. Letters from an extraordinary woman. Oh, well, you lost me there. No, it got worse. To their younger selves.
Oh, yes. What would you say to your younger self?
Is that actually it? What would you say to your younger self?
I haven't read it. I've given it. I never read it.
You should read it, Courtney. It's letters. It's extraordinary woman. What would you say to yourself? I'd probably tell myself to do exactly what I've been doing this whole time.
True.
The same. Don't change anything. You're doing well. Look at me.
That's quite funny.
I got to have a look at this.
What's this? You got this at the same time. Where did you get this stuff? Network with more
internet.
experience, the beginning of exciting careers. Oh, did you get it from these PwC people?
Yeah.
They're pretty wonky guys. No.
It's actually a Price Waterhouse corpus.
Oh. Gotcha.
Oh, what invest in you? Because these people, Courtney spoke to these people, and they basically said to her, she explained that they wanted to get, like, she was about to get a degree. Is that right?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, she was about to get a degree, and they were like, "Look, would you be willing to go back and study what, business or something, accounting or something?" Because they wanted people who had experience in other fields,
But also, like,
business savvy.
Yeah.
Should have done it. I
Should've,
could have been a stay-at-home dad.
Well, I mean, never too late.
You're right, Jackson. It's never too late.
Yeah, it's absolutely. What does that mean?
Never too late to be a stay-at-home dad. Even when you're 90, and as long as you can still pump one into
Guess
someone.
on set.
Courtney's face.
You're gonna be a 2-time producer, are you?
What's that?
You're gonna become a 2-time producer.
Oh, maybe when I'm 90. If I make it that far.
Congrats. Good luck.
I think if I make it that far, I should be allowed to.
At least one more time from now to
Yeah, at
then.
least. What? It's a cat on a box.
It's not just any kind of box.
It's a cat on a box. There's no doubt about that. That was another nostalgia thing that we watched the other day. The Cat in the Hat.
That is a movie.
did you say?
It is a great movie, and it's also... It's Mike Myers, that one.
Wait, is that the one? Is that the one with
The Cat in the Hat.
Oh no, I thought that was Jim Carrey. Never mind.
He thought it was Jim Carrey.
I'm getting mixed up with
You
Grinch.
thought it was
The
Jim
Grinch,
Carrey.
because he's in.
Was that Jim Carrey?
Yes, the Grinch.
Oh, it was Jim Carrey. Yeah. Well, yeah. It was. That's understandable
Cat in
because
the Hat is
they're
Mike
kind of. they're kind of the same movie in the
They're
same
very
sen-
similar,
in a
yeah.
sense because well they're both Dr. Seuss stories, so
Correct.
it's good that they made them similar. Anyway, so yeah, that's basically what I've been thinking about is how do I play video games? How do I find not the time to play, but like I almost have to schedule it, and I've never had to schedule playing video games. And
Yeah.
when you have to schedule something like that, it's almost like not even as fun.
It's becoming. It sounds like a thing that you just need to do as opposed to you want to do. I think that's the thing is you need to make it become a thing that you want to do as opposed to what you need to do.
I mean, it's not even a want to do. It's just kind of more of a I have to stop doing something I'm enjoying to go do something else that I know I will enjoy. So, like I said, if I'm watching a TV show, like I'm watching Squid Game season 2 at the moment, right? So let's say I'm watching it. Axel's there watching
Ooh.
watching a bunch of people getting shot.
What you should do then, is find something that you want to do less of and replace it with it, or swap it out. Because yeah, I know watching movies is probably something you like doing, but that's probably what's taking up some of your time as well.
I mean, it is, but it's kind of more of like I said, I'm watching it because I'm looking after him, so or I'm keeping an eye on him while Courtney's making dinner or doing something else.
Okay, fair enough.
And so, even when he falls asleep, for example, for an hour or two, I'm halfway through an episode.
Yeah. Okay.
So what am I going to do now that he's gone to sleep? Do I keep watching the episode? Or do
Yeah.
I go and start playing video games? And I have to actively choose to stop doing something I'm enjoying to go do something else I'll enjoy, but I have to start that thing as opposed to continuing what I'm already doing.
Yeah.
Same
okay.
thing with reading a manga. If I'm reading, I'm reading, I've gotten to the next chapter. I don't want to stop reading halfway through this chapter. I want to finish at the end of it.
Okay.
So that's the issue I'm running into. It's not necessarily not having the time, it's having the mental energy to choose to stop doing something to do something else.
Yeah, I can understand that.
And that's why the only 2 times I've played, I've been sitting there and I'm like, what do I do now? Oh, I'll go play Shadow of Mordor. I've been wanting to do that for a week now. I wanted to see Gollum, and damn it, I saw Gollum.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, I don't know because I don't. Like I said, I don't. Once your kid gets in a normal sleeping pattern, then there'll come a chance, I'm sure, where you'll be able to be finding yourself playing more games. But yeah, I've always had the luxury of having kids who go to bed at 7 each night, and yeah.
Because that's the problem I run into with even trying to make a Let's Play is scheduling to actually play that sort of thing and not just play it for fun, play it to record something. Oh, back.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing too, because like every time, like when I got into streaming, when I was in the streaming phase for Splatoon or Pokemon, I just think, you know what, be awesome if I was streaming this as well, because in that way I could be also very productive in multiple ways.
See, I've thought about doing that. It's one of those things where, while I'm playing a video game, I might as well stream it or I
Yeah.
might as well record it. But at
You
the
never know
same
what's gonna
time,
happen.
well, it's just it would be the most boring content because I want to enjoy playing it, so I don't want to talk to a camera or anything like
Yeah,
that.
I can understand that. Another one thing is people might find that as a good thing though, because they could have something playing in the background, like as white noise. Because a lot now these days I've noticed a lot of people just watch videos or YouTube stuff or podcasts just for white noise
As
just to
background
relax.
stuff,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, but that won't like I know a couple of channels that basically it's just the video all they do is have playthroughs of an entire game,
Mhm.
and it's just them playing the entire game, but they're not like it's just the game. There's no person on the screen. There's no camera thing. It's just like it's literally just playthrough of this game.
Yeah.
And I kind of get people if people don't want to play a game but they want to see the storyline or something. I understand that, but I'm not the kind of person that would watch that sort of thing. I'm not really a big fan of it myself, so I wouldn't really want to make that content either. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Yeah.
So, but like you play. How often do you stream? I suppose you stream your shiny hunting and that.
Sometimes,
don't you?
yeah, I do. Maybe once or twice a week, at least. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe there's been a thing for you. You've lost the drive to play video games because, like, I was thinking the other day, like, we haven't played Rocket League in years. It feels like.
It's been a few months. I mean, that's more of a controller problem for me.
Oh yeah,
That's more having to set up my controller. It seems to be working at the moment, but it's a bit touchy-feely. It works with other games just fine, but Rocket League's been having it's. I've always had controller issues with Rocket League, and with
Yeah,
all these with all these new updates, it's just gotten worse.
Mm.
And I honestly think, with me personally, I suffered a bit of burnout at some point. Like,
Yeah,
I did get to a point where I was like, I'm not getting better at this game. I don't want to put in more effort into it or practice more. I'm sick of doing the same thing over and over again to try and get something right that's not getting better. Like, that was with speed kickoffs. I could only get them like 60%. I could only get them probably about, I'd say 60% of the time, but that was only in the training map. In actual games, it was just completely, like, it was useless.
Mm-hmm.
And that was something I'd spent honestly, a fair few hours on when I was like, I could not be bothered.
Mm.
So I decided, I actually was kind of like, when the controller stopped working and I tried playing and I'm like, it's not working. I was like, I'm going to take a break for this for a while, which I think is what happens with a lot of Rocket League players. They take like a 1 year hiatus or something, if you could call it that. A 1 year break, a gap year.
A gap year. Oh, goodness.
I'm taking my Rocket League gap year, going to travel the gaming world and
Gotta do it.
Speaking of video games, we'll finish up soon. But you were
Yes.
going to tell me about, you're not playing Splatoon. Yeah, I see here you haven't made a Splatoon video in over 3 weeks, Jackson.
Is it only been I thought it was more than 3 weeks, but anyway.
It says this video ends when I get GooTuber user title 3
Yes.
weeks ago.
Yep, and that was a very low video thing, but I wasn't expecting it to be that great.
Okay. So what's going on? Why aren't you playing? What's going on?
Just the state of
Not
the
enough
game.
people.
I've lost it because the thing I set out to do, I achieved. So I'm like, I don't have any drive to play that game anymore.
Fair
It's
enough. So what
with any game, you have goals to achieve in a game, and once you've done it, it's like, well, I don't want to feel like really playing it anymore.
was your goal? Your goal was to get the YouTuber title.
The YouTuber, yes.
The YouTuber. I'd watch that. I'd watch that Splatoon player. What's wrong?
I'll tell you once we finish recording.
What, we're gonna get demonetized or something
No.
because we said Jew?
No.
Free
No. I'll just edit it out. No, I'll edit it out.
What will you edit out? What did it show?
So I said the YouTuber.
That's what I said.
Yes. And what do
What's
you think when you think of YouTuber?
A Jewish YouTuber? YouTuber?
No. I'm
What?
thinking. See, the thing is, my brain's going
What?
way more sinister than
A
what you're thinking.
bazooka or something?
No. Where were the Jews in World War II?
Germany? Well, actually, they were all around Europe.
Where specifically, though?
Where specifically? Oh, what, the concentration camps?
Where were they killed in? Gas
A gas chamber.
Tubes.
And
The tubes.
were they tubes?
Essentially. Chambers are tubes.
I don't know about that. I'm pretty sure they were just normal-looking buildings that were
Oh.
completely sealed or
well.
something, like a bomb shelter.
Yeah, like a tube.
Anyway,
Whatever.
you should get to know your history a bit more, Jackson.
Yeah, probably. I'm going to edit that bit out.
Why? There's nothing wrong with
No, 'cause it
there's
was
nothing
I
wrong
thought it
with
was
talking
funny or
about the Holocaust. It was a
terrible.
really horrible thing,
Yeah, I know. That's I'm
and
putting it
many
out.
similar events are still happening, unfortunately, today.
Yes.
Like, for example, did you know this, right? So I've been watching Squid Games, right? And speaking of like mass murder,
Yes.
so Squid Games,
That's that great context.
Squid Games wasn't based on an actual real thing, right?
No, made up.
But it was actually based off. It's like someone took the concept of Hunger Games, and then they took this actual real life thing that happened in Korea, right?
Mm.
It was called. Hold on, what was it called? It was called the something house. House.
The
Basically,
something else.
you know what? I'm just gonna look up this. Because there were images on the internet circling of like, oh, was the Squid Games based on a real thing? And
Yeah.
People were saying no, it's not based on like it's not based on real events. But actually, there's a few different things that it was based on, and one of them was essentially this Brothers Home. It's called.
Okay.
It was called Brothers Home, and it was basically a government-run like homeless shelter sort of thing.
Okay.
But it was actually closer to a concentration camp.
Okay.
So they'd get homeless people off the streets, and then they'd work them to death.
Lovely.
and not just homeless people. They essentially kidnap children off the streets.
Delightful.
Yes, apparently, and yeah, a lot. They were essentially taken, like they were province. We'll get you off the streets. We'll get you back on your feet. We'll send you to a nice shelter, nice place, and then they put them in tracksuits and essentially get them to work until they either died or they were beaten to death or something. So, I reckon the person the people who wrote Squid Games or thought of Squid Games combined that with the Hunger Games to get a very similar situation. Because there are a lot of similarities between the TV show and this actual real life events, but there were games involved. They just weren't really like entertainment style for rich people games.
Yeah, okay.
They were more just prison guards messing with prisoners or messing with people,
Gotcha.
just to take you into a dark place.
Thanks. Yeah, now I'm great. Now I'm going to go see The Short Light.
Short light.
The Long Black. No, Long Dark.
It's the long dark, which makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, no.
Back to the. So you're not going to be playing Splatoon.
Not for a little while until I find something that I want to get back into it. But there might be like an instance where people are like, "Oh, you want to play with me?" I'm like, "Yeah, okay."
Fair enough. Yeah, it always helps when you've got other people to play with. And
Yes,
when do you reckon they're going to make a new Splatoon?
probably 2 years, year or two, I reckon.
And they'll all be adults.
Yeah.
What are they at? What phase are they at now? They're not kids. Are they teenagers or what?
Wait, what? Sorry.
The squids.
Oh, at the moment they're adults, young adults.
Okay, yep. They're young. Okay. Is there some sort of storyline?
Kind of. I'm not going to talk about it because it'll bore people to tears. But yeah, there is.
Is it that boring a storyline?
There is backstory.
Is it like?
It's post. It's post apocalyptic.
Okay, so it's. I was gonna say, is it like Halo storyline where it's just very over the there's so much there that it's just where do you start? Or is it a very simple storyline? Like, end of the world happened, people mutated, and etc.
No, it was the apocalypse happened. The sea life came, survived obviously, and the squids, the cephalopods race
Mutated.
was able to mutate and turn to could grow the ability to turn to humans or whatever.
And then they took her, and then they killed humanity and took over the world. Fair enough.
But anyway, we might have a lawsuit outbound soon. Or maybe not.
What?
The Average Blokes Hour is a thing that exists.
What's the average bloke hour?
The Average Blokes Hour is a podcast.
Oh
Anyway.
No! What? Really?
2023 though, 20, but that was after what we came up with. The 3 average blokes that tend to have more questions than answers. Join Luke, Corey, and Jamie for their regular podcast that will give all listeners an understanding of what the average bloke is thinking.
Oh god, they're probably going to actually do better than us.
Well, obviously.
We don't have a copyright thing on that, do we?
No, you don't. I'm
I'm
like,
not
hey guys,
finding
want a
it.
collab?
I'm not finding it here.
It's on Insta.
Is it a podcast?
I believe so. Maybe we can do an
Instagram.
episode reacting to them.
The Average Bloke Show comes up.
Average Blokes
But
Hour. That doesn't
that's
matter.
the guys. Is that the guy from? Those are the it still comes up with the Average Bloke Show. Those are those guys in America who, did their thing and stopped doing it ages ago. That's all that's coming up for me.
Oh, good.
The Better Bloke Project. Anyone else just an average bloke? Send it to me. I'm curious now.
Oh, whoops. Okay, sure. I was gonna say, well, they haven't got the same song as us, so.
Because I used Google and it's not coming up.
Yep. I'll Discord it to you. Anyway, and on that confusing note, we'll wrap it up. But yeah, thank you guys.
We
for
might have a lawsuit coming in.
sending.
We
out.
might be able to make some money off someone because they used
money.
because they got a very similar name to ours.
They're in Australia too because they got They're wearing furphy beanie, and there's a clip of footy, country footy, or
course.
suburban footy.
Of course they are. Like, I don't think many countries use the word bloke.
And they're using professional
Austra-
podcasting equipment.
Is it an Australian term or is it? Oh no, this already looks better. Oh no, oh no. No, it doesn't really look better. It looks like they're copying Alpha Blokes.
I mean, who knows?
Okay, this is weird. It won't let me see videos from. I have to make a Instagram.
You
So,
do. You
yeah.
just sign in with Facebook.
Oh, okay. Yeah, actually, I'll do that. And I must log into Facebook to do that. I'm not doing
And
that
it's
on this
gone.
computer. So yeah, all right.
And it's gone. This line's for people who have money with the bank only. Please step aside.
Well, I'm out, guys. If this is what's cool now, I think I'm done. I no longer have any connection to this world. I'm gonna go home.
Just gonna go.
Wait a minute. Disappointed!
See you next time.
Oh man, they took your job.
Again?
Damn it, they took my job.